So I think right now consumers all over the world are definitely very concerned about food safety. With COVID-19, plus with the fact that it's summertime, and summertime is a season when you can get a lot more bugs, food goes bad more easily, etc. I saw a really great WeChat official account article a couple weeks ago from the tea brand Nayuki. We've talked about this tea brand a lot. They're one of the big new tea brands in China, and a big competitor to Hey Tea, very similar to Hey Tea. So in this WeChat article, the entire article was talking about issues that they had found at various stores that might concern customers that weren't maybe up to code. And the really interesting thing was these were all issues that Nayuki, staff and employees had found. They're voluntarily hanging out their dirty laundry saying, hey, we found these issues and we want to be upfront about it and show what we're doing to solve these issues. They even showed the specific stores and included images of the problem. So for example, one of the problems was that they found that a screen, that was up on the ceiling had not been dusted properly, and there was dust that was collecting on top of it, and that dust, it could have, with the air vents, there could have been dust that fell down on top of people or into their drinks. And so they talked about, what are they going to do to clean that off and solve the problem and you prevent that from happening again. Another one was that they had a trash can in the food preparation area that did not have a lid on it. And that's not up to code. You're supposed to have a lid on it because it could attract, insects and cause smells and all sorts of things. And what was really interesting is, where the problem with the overhead, the ceiling screen is that that's something that consumers might have noticed. But a trash can in the food prep area is something that consumers probably would have never known about. Yet Nayuki was willing to go ahead and say, hey, we found that they were using this wrong trash can. We immediately switched it out for a new one. This won't happen again. I think that really shows responsibility. I think it really shows that they are brave and transparent. It comes across to me as the brand being very diligent and proactive about food safety issues. Another one that they showed was that a blender in the kitchen was not cleaned properly on the base of the blender, not even the the part where the food is touching, but the base of the blender had some splash from drinks, and it wasn't cleaned properly, and they were saying, bugs could be attracted to this, and, we won't let it happen again. So anyway, I think for any brand right now, but especially food brands, restaurants, thinking about how to communicate with consumers at this time, I think this is a really excellent example of a brand really putting themselves out there. It was interesting. They said, within the article, they thanked consumers for being tolerant and for forgiving them for making these mistakes. And they also thanked consumers for their support and said, we'll continue to get better and make sure that we keep everything clean and sanitary. Anyway, great idea, something that brands also, restaurants, food manufacturers, anyone in the F&B space also might want to think of something like this.